Okay, so we have already started with this answer. Last two sessions, we have discussed this answer in detail. A very quick recap. I'm sharing the screen. Please tell me if the screen is visible or not. Okay, I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have started with this concept of managing role stress. Okay, although the answer is discussing about the stressors, but in every point, we have designed some strategies on how to manage this stress, right? So we have completed point number 1, which is inter-role distance. Can you please explain me? आपने जो जिसने अटेंड किया ये लेक्चर, come on, inter-role distance. You remember marketing manager and the role of a father, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, when you are performing organizational as well as non-organizational role, there will be conflict sometimes. Now, for example, you are a marketing manager and your presence is required during the new product launch, and on the same day is your son's birthday party. Okay, so over here now there is a role conflict. Okay, organizational role, and on the other hand non-organizational role. So we have already discussed the strategies on how to manage the stress arising out of it. And then point number 2 kya tha? Role stagnation. Okay, why people are entering so late? Okay, role stagnation में आपने क्या study किया था? When someone feels that he's been stuck in the particular role for a very quite long time. Okay, बहुत लंबे समय से वही role में अटके हुए हैं, and they feel that there is a lack of opportunity, okay, for further progress. तभी आप क्या करोगे? We have discussed that also. Then point number 3, role expectation conflict, especially when you're working in a company and when your role is interlinked with role of others. तो होता है ऐसा that different parties have different expectations from you. Okay, and in that circumstances you are going to face stress. For example, if you are a HR manager, you are pressed between expectations from the employer on one hand and expectations from the employees on another hand. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट पॉइंट था रोल इरोशन. ओके, आपने रोल इरोशन में क्या स्टडी किया? दैट व्हेन योर रोल इज transferred to somebody else because probably your work is not appreciated, or when your work credibility is taken away by somebody else. Okay, जब आप काम कर रहे हो लेकिन आपको क्रेडिट किसी और को जा रहा है तो डेफिनेटली आपको स्ट्रेस तो आएगा ही ना. दैट इज रोल इरोशन. I think these 4 points we have discussed in detail. Okay, बहुत लंबे डिटेल में डिस्कस किया है. For those who were not there in the session, please refer to the recording which is already uploaded in Google Classroom. Moving on to point number 5, which is role overload. Okay, let us discuss this one. And I don't know why students are entering one करके. See, मेरे को बार-बार screen switch करना पड़ रहा है. It is very difficult. Guys, please come on time. See. Okay, we start with role overload. Sarita, continue reading, please.
Yes, ma'am. Role overload. When the role occupant feels that there are too many expectations from him or her, it leads to role overload. There are two aspects of this stress, qualitative and quantitative. The former refers to having too much to do, while the latter refers to things to be done are too difficult and the higher accountability in the role.
I think role overload is something which I feel every employee might be experiencing, especially in today's situation where people are, cost cutting के वजह से people are there's a layoff and people are working too much. Okay, in that circumstances you are going to face stress because there's expectations from you of in terms of both quantity as well as quality. Okay, when you are working too much, okay, and when your role is extended, okay, what happens is you are going to face stress. Okay, इससे रिलेटेड एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो मैंने कल फेसबुक में देखा था, एंड आई हैव शेयर्ड आल्सो. आई डोंट नो इफ आई कैन शेयर दिस. Is it possible for me to share your, just a minute, I think it is possible, but I don't know if I'll be able to you know. लेकिन आपको इसका आवाज आ रहा है क्या स्टूडेंट्स? Are you
No,
able?
ma'am, voice is not audible.
Voice is not audible. Just a minute.
Yeah, no hurry at all.
अभी
You
आ
can
रहा
send
है?
it to me by 10 p.m., 11 p.m. or even later.
Yes, ma'am.
I have got lot of movies on my watch.
Ma'am, but it is very
list.
slow.
You can call me anytime if you
हाँ,
have any
just a
queries.
minute. It will
Ma'am,
take
it's too
Adarsh,
low.
went through the 21st draft of your design.
too low.
Just some few changes that
Okay,
the client has
just
asked
a
us to do here and
moment.
there, and then we are good to go.
I'll
problem,
try
sir.
to.
I will implement the changes by tomorrow evening.
अभी भी लो है
Adarsh,
क्या
I think
बहुत?
client is expecting this by tonight. So
हाँ.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
start working on it immediately.
How do I
So
increase the
let me
By
volume?
11 p.m.
कुछ
Yeah, no
वॉल्यूम
hurry
का
at all.
बटन
You
है
can
क्या
send it
यहाँ
to me
पे?
by 10 p.m., 11 p.m. or even later.
अच्छा, आप लोग
Movies on my
फेसबुक पे
watch list.
होंगे ना, तो व्हाट आई डू इज आई
You can
शेयर
call me
दिस
anytime.
लिंक. इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो, हाँ, on how work from home is becoming a new headache for people, and this professional and personal life is mixed up. Okay, and companies expectations are too high. They feel that the employees any which ways at home, तो उसको आप कितना भी काम दे सकते हो. Availability of 24/7 is becoming the new fashion. Like, you can contact employee any point of time. Okay, एंड देन ये वीडियो में बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. 6 o'clock का लॉग ऑफ होता है, एंड 8 o'clock तक वो कंटिन्यू रहता है मीटिंग, एंड देन द मैनेजर सेज कि ना अभी आप ये वाला वर्क कंप्लीट कर लो और एक एक डेटा है, यू वर्क ऑन दैट एंड सबमिट टू मी बाय 11 p.m. तो एम्प्लॉय बोलता है लेकिन मैंने ऑलरेडी 2 hours एक्स्ट्रा कर लिया है, जबकि मेरा लॉग ऑफ टाइम 6 o'clock है, इट्स ऑलरेडी 8. You know what the manager replies? अरे आपका टाइम बचा है ना, आप ट्रेन में ट्रैवल करते थे, इतना टायर्ड हो जाते थे, अभी तो आप कुछ प्रोडक्टिव कर रहे हो, कंपनी के लिए कर रहे हो. तो दिस इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो, बिकॉज यहाँ पे ये रोल ओवरलोड आया है ना. I just thought I should share this video with all of you. I really liked it, and it is already posted on my Facebook wall. And it's amazing video. I think every corporate offices में जितने managers हैं उनको ये video definitely देखनी चाहिए. कि आप जब role overload करते हो ना, your employee gets immense stress, okay, and because of which definitely the quality will be affected. Okay, do not think that giving too much of quantity of work will bring too much of productivity or too much of outcome. ऐसा नहीं है. डू नॉट थिंक कि आप पहले एम्प्लॉय 6 घंटे काम करते थे, अब 12 घंटे काम कर रहे हैं तो ज्यादा रिजल्ट आएगा. नहीं, उल्टा 12 घंटे काम करने के बाद और पुअर रिजल्ट होएगा. ओके, दिस इज बिकॉज द एम्प्लॉय is overloaded, and certainly a human capacity and human limit करके कुछ होता है, beyond which do not expect that people will be able to contribute. So अगर आपको ऐसा stress हो रहा है where you feel that too much of work is coming on you, and expectation and context to both quantity and quality, how are you going to manage the stress caused due to this? Come on, tell me, आप क्या करोगे ऐसे situation में? किसी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो and you feel there is a work overload, what will you do? Come on. आपने सारे पॉइंट्स में मेरे को सजेशन दिया है, तो ये वाले पॉइंट में भी देना है. Come on. What will you do when there is too much of work overload on you? You will continue working?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. So you will quit the job?
No.
We can take a
No,
break.
ma'am.
Explain
will
this
take
to the employer.
Ah, very nice, Mehak. Can you please pardon again? You said something related to employer.
Ma'am, we will complain to the employer.
Complain. Okay, all right. I just modify your suggestion. The stress which is caused because of role overload, okay, is something which I think employee cannot bear, and I think the best is to vent out. Okay, first is to vent out. Form a team. Okay, अभी वो वीडियो में भी वैसा ही है कि हाँ employees are venting their emotions. तो आप पहले vent out करो. Find out your colleagues in the company, are they also facing the same situation or is it just you? Okay, सबसे पहले ये आइडेंटिफाई करो कि आपके कॉलीग्स के साथ में भी यही हो रहा है या सिर्फ आपके ही साथ में ये हो रहा है. Okay, and then secondly, I think complain is too strong a word. Okay, I think I can approach my manager, request for his time. Okay, take an appointment which will look very professional. Okay, mark a mail to him and state that, sir, I request your appointment. I have something very important to discuss with you. I would very much be happy and would appreciate if you can spare some 10-15 minutes from your daily busy schedule. तो आपका जो मैनेजर है अगर आपको पॉजिटिव रिप्लाई देता है, ओके आई एम फाइन टू लिसन टू यू, एंड देन in that conversation you can put across your difficulties and challenges due to work overload. You can tell your manager that due to work overload my productivity is going down, in fact the quality is deteriorating. Okay, and I am just not able to handle so much of pressure and so much of overload. So sir, in case you are ready to, please I request you to kindly consider this issue and address the same. अच्छा मैनेजर होगा ना, डेफिनेटली वो सुनेगा. अगर लेकिन आप कंप्लेन मोड में जाओगे, इफ यू become aggressive, if you are questioning, possibly your manager is going to fire you even before you go ahead with resignation. So up, instead of complain, you go ahead with a very soft approach, make him logically understand. Okay, a good manager will definitely understand. लेकिन अगर एक ऐसा कोई मैनेजर है जो रेडी नहीं है सुनने के लिए, एंड ही सेज दैट नो 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 यू हैव टू वर्क, देयर इज नो अदर वे आउट, कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया, आई कैन नॉट एनीथिंग अबाउट इट, आई हैव माय ओन बाउंड्रीज, अगर ऐसा मैनेजर बोल रहा है ना, then possibly you can I would still say quit is too early to take a decision, but then you can definitely decide for yourself. मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप किसी कंपनी में काम करते हो और अगर आपको रोने आ रहा है या फिर अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है is too much that is happening, I think that's not the correct place to work. It is not going to help you grow career wise as a person. It is definitely not going to help you grow, right? तो हमेशा कोशिश करो कि एक अप्रोच एटलीस्ट आप कर चुके हो, फिर आप एग्जिट इंटरव्यू तो होगा ना, उसमें बोल सकते हो कि मैंने मैनेजर को बताया था कि टू मच ऑफ वर्क ओवरलोड एंड बियॉन्ड ह्यूमन कैपेसिटी, मुझे अपॉइंटमेंट के टाइम पे तो ऐसा बोला नहीं था, आई एम वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल, आई कैन टेक एक्स्ट्रा वर्क, बट दैट एक्स्ट्रा वर्क डज नॉट मीन ओवरलोड. Okay, and somewhere I'm not happy with this, my quality is deteriorating, I wouldn't want to continue like this, मुझे कंपनी का नुकसान नहीं चाहिए मेरे वजह से. Like this, I think this is how you handle or you manage the stress caused because of role overload. Approaching your manager, bringing it to the notice of the top management. Sometimes what happens is top management is not aware only what is happening. क्या टॉप मैनेजमेंट को आइडिया ही नहीं होता कि आपकी कंपनी में क्या चल रहा है, स्पेशली दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर. Okay, so I think you can also put across to your top management that this has happened, there's too much of role overload and it's beyond my capacity, hence I have resigned. Okay, so I think in this manner you can manage the stress. मैं repeatedly बार बार बोलूंगी, ऐसे किसी कंपनी में स्टूडेंट्स आप काम मत करना जहाँ पे आपको रोने आ रहा है, you feel like crying, you feel that too much has been you are squeezed too much, you are not able to give 10-12 hours stretch, ekdam targets are too much. Okay, if that is how the company is working, then possibly they want to make you machine. Okay, and you are not a machine, definitely not. So wisely take a decision, but surely before quitting, bring it to the notice of the authority. All right, we will take one more point and then we will stop this answer, which is role isolation. Okay, Sarita.
Role isolation. This type of role stress refers to the psychological distance between the occupant's role and other role in the same role set. It is also defined as role distance, which is different from inter-role distance.
Okay, now listen to this very carefully. वो first वाला point था ना यहाँ पे inter-role distance, वो occupational and non-occupational role का conflict चल रहा था. Role isolation में क्या हो रहा है? You are facing stress because there is a psychological distance between your role and the other role within the same role. Now, for example, मैं आपको simple example के help से explain करती हूँ. I'm a teacher. My major role is to teach. Okay. And to teach wisely, to make sure the syllabus is completed on time before exams. I am taking revision lectures, I am conducting tests, I am evaluating whether the students are doing their studies properly or not. Okay, तो ये जो मेरा ये main role है. Okay, apart from this, as a teacher, I also have to ensure that there is discipline. Okay, and students are completing their assignments and project on time, exam form filling on time, collecting the mark sheets on time. Okay, so that is also one role. अभी मेरा conflict क्या हो रहा है? I want to put my energy in teaching, but due to this online shift which is there, and where we are meeting the students only on through this digital platform. Okay, तो अभी मेरे को ज्यादा time spend करना पड़ रहा है to bring discipline. Okay, and now this is something like ये दोनों role जो मैं निभा रही हूँ as a teacher and as a coach, as a mentor, यहाँ पे conflict हो रहा है. Okay, I want to give my time and energy in teaching, but at the same time, a lot of time and energy is drained in getting the discipline amongst the students. Okay, तो role isolation, जब भी एक ही role में दो अलग अलग role निभाते time conflict create हो रहा है, that is role isolation. ऐसे टाइम में मुझे ब्रेक लेना चाहिए, है ना, मुझे प्रायोरिटाइज करना चाहिए. ओके, मुझे अपने आप में पेशेंस लेवल इंप्रूव करना चाहिए, बिकॉज थिंग्स आर ऑनलाइन. आई रियली कैन नॉट गेट इनसाइड द लैपटॉप एंड कैच यू फ्रॉम देयर. नो, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, right? So I have to develop the quality of patience. I have to even start interacting with students on ground level, that why they are delaying certain things which should have been done on time. Okay, तो ये सब करके मैं अपने स्ट्रेस को मैनेज कर सकती हूँ. एंड राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट होपिंग दैट since the cases are declining in Bombay, I hope very soon it goes complete offline. Okay, I don't want a hybrid again, that mix of online and offline. Okay, that is another mess, and actually that puts every teacher into stress. तो मुझे लगता है कि वो hybrid ना होकर completely offline हो जाए. Okay, और बहुत जल्दी हो, because ये online में क्या हो रहा है, I again somewhere link टूट रहा है, students से discipline लाना बहुत difficult हो रहा है. And every day this 11 o'clock exam is there of FY. Every day till 11:30, 11:40 also sometimes students are they do not log in. Okay, so now I don't understand what kind of expectations do they have. They want us to go to their home, knock the door and tell them get up and write your paper. That's not my role ना. Actually, as a teacher, my role is to just see कि कौन से students आ गए हैं, कौन से नहीं आए हैं, उनको reminder message देना. Okay, but this is a role isolation because of which we are facing stress. Okay, how would I manage this stress? As I said I need to prioritize, okay, develop my patience level, and start getting more clarity. Okay, look for more clarity कि मेरा मेन काम क्या होना चाहिए. अभी तो ये ऑनलाइन है, ये मुझे पता है, ये मेरा टेम्पररी प्रॉब्लम है, ये मेरे करियर का हमेशा का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Okay, but when you are working in the organization and if you feel there is a role isolation for a prolonged period, बहुत लंबे समय तक अगर आपको role isolation feel हो रहा है, then I think you need to sit, you need to prioritize, you need to get more clarity from the employer. भाई मैं कौन से काम को पहले importance दूं, इसे या इसे. Okay, and that's how you can manage the stress. I hope there is no difficulty in the answer, students.
No, ma'am.
We have discussed altogether 6 points, and I think which is enough. This answer took almost 3 lectures for us to complete. Now moving on to the next question. which is six box model, and I think we will be in a position to complete the introduction of this answer. Let us begin with box model. All right. Okay, who's going to read that six box model? I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. Please start.
Six box model. The six box model is a framework developed by the American analyst Marvin Baseball to assess the functioning of organization. It is a generic framework and it is intended for use across a wide variety of organizations. It is based mainly on the techniques and assumptions of the field of organizational development.
Okay, so this
Ma'am.
model is no, I'll first explain you the first paragraph. So this model is based on organizational development, okay, that how to run a company, how to manage a company, how to administer the organization. Okay, I think the study of OD, that is organizational development, is something आप लोगों को एक subject भी है, by the way, OD. When you go to MCOM management, you have one subject called organizational development. वहां पे आप बहुत सारे कॉन्सेप्ट सीखोगे कि हाउ टू मैनेज पीपल, हाउ टू रन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, व्हाट आर द बेस्ट टेक्निक्स. ओके, सो एवरीवन, ना स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर कमिंग विद समथिंग और द अदर. So this model is also something which is developed by an American analyst. Okay, अभी क्योंकि मैं अमेरिकन एनालिस्ट है तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है ये यूएस इकोनॉमी का कंपनी में जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ये वहां के स्टडी के ऊपर बेस्ड है. लेकिन टेक्स्ट बुक क्या बोल रहा है कि ये फ्रेमवर्क एप्लीकेबल है क्योंकि ये जनरल फ्रेमवर्क है. ओके, इट इज इंटेंडेड टू यूज अक्रॉस अ वाइड वेराइटी ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मतलब ये किसी भी कंपनी के ऊपर ये मॉडल एप्लीकेबल है. तो ये मॉडल एग्जैक्टली क्या है वी विल स्टडी, हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे आगे आने वाले आंसर में. लेकिन फिलहाल आप ये समझ लो कि this model is propagated by an American analyst, not by an Indian analyst. Okay? You need to understand one thing: organizations differ in their way of conduct in different countries. Indian companies has its own way of conduct. American companies has its own way of conduct. Last semester में आपने East versus West management practices सीखा था ना, याद है आपको?
Yes, ma'am.
या आपने उसमें देखा होगा कि कैसे वेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस डिफर करता है. ओके, एंड कैसे ईस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस डिफर करते हैं, है ना. तो सिमिलरली दिस मॉडल बीइंग प्रोपगेटेड बाय एन अमेरिकन एनालिस्ट, वी विल figure out whether it is applicable to Indian companies or not. But the answer says that it is a very generic model intended for the across a wide variety of organization, which means it is applicable for all the companies. Let us see what the model is all about. Okay.
In the mid-1970s, Marvin Wisbert, an organizational design consultant, created his six-box model as a diagnostic tool of organizational effectiveness. He identifies six key areas in which things must go right and be internally consistent for an organization to be successful. The result of the diagnosis is a prioritized list of ready-to-be implemented interventions that can be drive a change process.
Okay, now this model which was developed in mid 1970s, उसकी applicability अभी तक भी है क्या? Let us also introspect that. Okay, because ये मॉडल का भी it's a very old model, no? लेकिन उस मॉडल में क्या बोला गया है that how to check the organizational effectiveness. What is effectiveness, students? How the company is working. Okay, see, don't get confused between two words, effectiveness and efficiency. मैं आपको एग्जांपल से एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. एफिशिएंसी मतलब कितना फास्ट, ओके, एंड इफेक्टिवनेस मतलब कितना अच्छा. फॉर एग्जांपल, आपकी कोई टीचर है जो एक लेक्चर में 2 आंसर पढ़ा रहे हैं. ये एफिशिएंट, एफिशिएंट समझते हो ना, कम टाइम में मैक्सिमम आंसर्स कंप्लीट हो गया. ऑन दी अदर हैंड, आपकी कोई सब्जेक्ट फैकल्टी है जो एक लेक्चर में एक ही आंसर पढ़ा पा रहे हैं, लेकिन वो बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा पा रहे हैं और वो आंसर बच्चों को समझ में आ रहा है. ये हो गया इफेक्टिवनेस. Okay, now you understood the difference between efficiency and effectiveness.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, all right. So this model is based to diagnose. Okay. This model is basically propagated to diagnose the organizational effectiveness. Okay. So he has listed 6 areas which he has identified as key areas. मतलब very important चीज, very important areas. Things must go right. मतलब आप बाकी चीजों में गलत अगर चले भी गए तो शायद रिपेयर हो सकता है, लेकिन ये वो 6 एरियाज हैं, 6 एरियाज हैं जहां पे योर थिंग्स मस्ट गो राइट. ओके, यू शुड नॉट डिफॉल्ट ओवर योर, यहाँ पे मिस्टेक्स नहीं करना है. दीज आर दोस 6 areas which you need to prioritize. Okay, and you have to make sure that in this 6 areas the things are always going right. Now this can be very helpful during the change process. Okay, your subject is change management and you need to understand your core subject is dealing with something very dynamic concept which is change. Okay, तो अगर आपकी कंपनी चेंज इंट्रोड्यूस कर रही है तो ये मॉडल के बारे में आपकी कंपनी को पता होना चाहिए, एम्प्लॉइज को मालूम होना चाहिए. मैनेजमेंट पीपल शुड बी अवेयर दैट यू नो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड 6 बॉक्स मॉडल एंड उस मॉडल में कुछ एरियाज है जो आइडेंटिफाई किया है, जिसे प्रायोरिटाइज किया है. लेट अस सी व्हाट द मॉडल इज फर्दर सजेस्टिंग. Okay, Mehak.
The model represents a particular way of looking at organizational structure and design. It gives attention to issues such as planning, incentives, and rewards, the role of support functions such as personnel, internal competitions among organizational units, standards for remuneration, partnership, hierarchies, and the delegations of authority, organizational control, accountability, and performance assessment.
Okay, now I think everything is coming into the picture when we are talking about this particular model. This model is going to cover every area. Okay, and issues in every area like planning, incentives and reward. अच्छा planning करोगे आपका company effective चलेगा. Incentives and rewards रखोगे, employees would be happy and your company would run effectively. Role of support functions जैसे कि personnel, how your employees are. Okay, whether they are supportive in nature or whether they have a stay back kind of an attitude. Okay, internal competitions among different units. Okay, sometimes students, internal competition is very important. Healthy होना चाहिए लेकिन. Okay, internal competition से क्या होता है, आप quality improve करते हो. Okay, standards for remuneration, whether your company is following industry standards or not. Okay, बाकी companies वही रोल के लिए 20,000 पगार दे रही है और आप अपने कंपनी में 12,000 सैलरी दे रहे हो, 8,000 कम दे रहे हो, गलत जा रहे हो, आप इफेक्टिव नहीं बन पाओगे. Partnerships, okay, I think this is a new concept developing. Treat your employees as your partner, not your employee. ये बहुत important है. ये आप अपने employees को partner treat करो. Okay, तो how you do partnership with your employees, hierarchies and delegation of authority. Okay, that exist in your company and what kind of authority you are giving to people. Okay, company में control system क्या है, accountability system क्या है और performance को check कैसे किया जा रहा है. In short, students, this model is going to talk about issues from all left to right corner, starting from planning, incentive, coordination, control, everything is coming into the picture. एक कंपनी जैसे चलती है और क्या एलिमेंट्स पे वो चलती है, वो सारे एलिमेंट्स को ये आंसर कवर कर रहा है. Okay, I hope there is no difficulty and hope I'm not going very fast.
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's all about organizational functioning, how the company works. Being management students, you should know one thing, that planning, organizing, directing, controlling is the base. Okay, is the base for any company to function. How you plan, how you organize, how you direct, and how you control. Okay, so this model is propagating or is advocating कि ये सब एरियाज में अगर आप अच्छे से काम कर रहे हो तो आप ज्यादा इफेक्टिव रहेंगे And we will figure out in the coming session what are those 6 key areas identified by the American analyst and how the 6-box model is formed. We will go one by one. There are, the answer is very lengthy. For now, I think the introduction is sufficient for you to understand. And I should end the session here. Anything that you would want to ask me? ऐसा कुछ जो आपको लगा कि नहीं समझ में आया या फिर पास चले गए?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'll post you the link of that video which I was talking about, and you can see it in your free time whenever you are free. Facebook पे अगर हो तो definitely देखना. And नेक्स्ट सेशन में हम उसके बारे में भी डिस्कस करेंगे. तो आज के लेक्चर में आपने क्या सीखा? मैनेजिंग रोल स्ट्रेस के
Managing
दो
role
point.
stress.
हाँ जी, and we also started with 6-box model. And in the coming lecture, we will figure out which are those 6 boxes which the American analyst has found out, and to check the organizational effectiveness. On that note, I end the session here, and you all have a nice day ahead. Hanji, bolo na.
Ma'am, how many modules are there for internal?
I think, when are your internal exams, by the way?
Ma'am, 16 February.
16th of February. Now, I think in the first week of February, I will let you know what to study and how much to study. Okay. So that you can start preparing. Yeah, I will definitely not ask you anything which is out of the syllabus. And definitely I will guide you what to prepare. I'll do it in the first week of February. Okay, till that time, let us wisely complete some more concepts. What I feel is change management में concepts बहुत कम है, लेकिन हर एक concept में आप बहुत time, you spend a lot of time. Okay, this is the speciality of the subject. It's more of psychological, it's a psychological study, branch of psychological study. So though the concepts are less, okay, but अगर आप देखो तो बहुत detailed, एक आंसर बहुत detailed में जा रहा है. So it is taking a little time, but I think I will be in a position to complete the syllabus early. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. Okay. And I'm planning to take some, sessions. If hopefully it goes offline, if not offline, then online में चाहूंगी कि आप कुछ sessions even students conduct करें. Okay. And I want to see how you are, introspecting the concepts. मुझे even group discussion रखना है. It's high time we are not doing anything, just teaching, learning. It's becoming very monotonous. We should have some group discussion on some topic. What do you guys suggest?
Yes, ma'am, we can have.
है ना? तो अगर आप लोग बहुत पॉजिटिव हो तो I definitely will plan for a GD, and we will have a nice group discussion. Some interesting topic. You are also allowed to think over the topic and get back to me. Let me know कि आप क्या topic पे GD prefer करना चाहोगे. तो let me know. Okay.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
suggestion. Okay, my suggestion would be preferably take up something where where general topic where people are ready to speak. Okay, it's fine even if it is controversial, that is not a problem, but take some general topic. Okay, general topic loge to people will have some idea to talk. जीडी में कैसे ना आपको मालूम होना चाहिए, अगर आपको मालूम होगा तो आप ज्यादा बात कर पाओगे, राइट? तो therefore I request you to suggest some general topic, okay, which where people are able to contribute their ideas, contribute their thought process. Please refrain from taking topics related to religion and all this. वो सब मत लेना. बाकी आप free हो कोई भी interesting topic लेने के लिए, let me know what you think of, and we will have a good discussion. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right, guys. You all have a nice day ahead. I meet you soon in the next class. Till then, you take care
Thank
of
you,
yourself.
ma'am. Have a nice day.
Most welcome. Most
Thank you,
welcome.
ma'am.
You too. Most welcome.